They left me on scene. They saw it on Thursday. They have not responded. And it's like, I wouldn't have messaged them if they hadn't told me to message them. Hello and welcome back to the Pay Attention podcast. I am solo today. I am alone. Niamh is not here, neither physically or virtually. So we're doing a solo today, but I have some very exciting news. I am back in Ireland. Not for long, but I'm back for now. I have exciting news. Niamh is coming to my couch Thursday or Friday, we're not too sure yet, but we are going to record in person and I am so excited. We have literally not recorded in person since April, since she visited me. So to all the girlies who love the Zoom episodes, I love the Zoom episodes too, but I do love the in-person vibe because I think the chit chat that me and Niamh get going, the girly vibes, are just going to be so nice. So I am so excited to see her, even though I've seen her already since I've been home, but I'm so excited to podcast on the couch together. And to be honest, I think we have to record more than one episode, but I'll let her know that. Niamh, if you're listening, hi. So it is just me today. It is just Bex, unfortunately. So I'm just going to yap about what's going on in my brain, what's going on in my life, and I'm sure there'll be some inspirational, confidence inspiring anecdotes while we go through. So the first thing I want to talk about is long distance relationships, because my man left today. He left this morning. We had our tears, we had our little cry. It's fine. He came to Ireland for the first time to visit my family, do the whole thing. My vibe with my relationship is private, not secret. So you won't be seeing his face. I won't be talking about him in depth. He's not going to be doing videos or content or anything like that anytime soon, but he is very much so a part of my life. So I kind of want to keep a good balance going. And I have been privy to multiple long distance relationships in my life. There's many a placement in my birth chart to signify that. But the worst thing about long distance relationships is obviously when one of you has to leave. So when either you have to go home, they have to go home, and it's just not fun. So the whole saying goodbye situation this morning was, it just wasn't cute. Like I just like we got up, we went for breakfast, we chilled, whatever, and then it was time for him to go, and literally I was considering going up to Dublin with him for the road trip and then flying down to Kerry. I'm down bad, it's not cute, but there was no flights, so I left him drive up to Dublin. His flight was from Dublin. He flew home, and I kind of was just having a bit of a sad girl day. So I washed my hair, I styled it, I also cut it. I know you weren't expecting that. My family are hairdressers, okay? I do not cut my own hair. That is not a thing. But my ends, I just felt so icky this morning. Like my hair was like dry and crispy at the ends, and the Italian sun and the Spanish sun and all the sun that had hit those ends that had previously been bleached just meant they were crispy and icky. So I did what anyone in 2024 does, and I pulled up Brad Mondo on YouTube. And my brother is a professional barber, so he has like a good scissors. It's not just like the kitchen scissors. I just gave myself a little dusting, like a little trim. Like I didn't even take off a full inch. And I'm pretty sure when I got a haircut in Rome, because basically what I did when I got a haircut in Rome was I told the hairdresser that I'm growing out my hair, like I want to keep it long, but I need a trim, like the ends are dead. And I'm pretty sure, because I used to just get straight across like haircuts, like at the end, just taking off. There wasn't really much like shape to my hair other than the front, because I used to have bangs. And I'm pretty sure he just cut layers into my hair. Yeah, so basically I told him I want to keep the length. I don't want to cut it short. I'm growing it out. But like, he didn't ask me what color I wanted. He didn't like give me a shade book. He literally just did my hair. It was like the day of my birthday. He did my hair. I knew I wanted a haircut the day of my birthday because I was turning 30, and it's like, hello, I'm coming into a new decade. Of course I want to cut the dead ends off. And it was an amazing haircut, I'm not gonna lie. But I did notice, like, after getting the haircut, that like at the back there's all these short pieces, which I'm assuming are layers. And to be honest, I think my hair does need a layer. Like, I have very thick, frizzy, curly-esque Irish hair. Like, if I put mousse into my hair, I will get curls, but it's not like curly, but it's kind of curly. It's like Irish hair. So he put a layer into it, so I didn't obviously touch them. I literally did a Brad Mondo hair tutorial and just kind of fixed the ends. So now when I pick up my hair, they don't look as dead. You know what I mean? Like, they're a bit more healthy and chunky looking as opposed to wispy and fried. So basically you could say that my man leaving this morning sent me into a slightly chaotic episode and I cut my hair off. And that's going to be the title of this podcast. It's going to be dramatic because if I'm doing a solo, we need those clicks, baby. So yeah, that is what I've done today so far. I don't advise cutting your own hair, but like, if you can, slay. And like, part of me as well, when I picked up that scissors, I was like, there's so many of my family who are trained hairdressers and who are barbers and really talented at what they do. And it wasn't like a how hard can it be moment, because I know cutting hair and styling hair, it's like an art. It's like an art form. It's so creative. But I do have the how hard can it be gene deep within my being. So I kind of felt at home with the scissors, and Brad Mondo really made me feel like I could do it. I could do anything. So I cut my own hair. My man has left. I'm no longer in Italy. Some people might say that my energy is slightly chaotic. I did only book a one-way flight. Like, I don't have a return flight to Italy booked because I may or may not be going to another location pre-Italy, pre-Rome. But I am still, like, I still have my apartment in Rome. Like, I'm still very much so in Rome. I have not left Rome. I love Rome, but at the moment it is 40 degrees there. All my friends who are there have texted me being like, don't come back anytime soon if you don't want to, because it is an oven. Also, in Italy, and I'm pretty sure France and maybe other European countries, Ireland doesn't do this, but Italy does, they have summer holidays. And not like summer holidays from school holidays, it's like adult summer holidays. Like, they literally, August, like, businesses fully close up. My nail place that I go to closed for 2 weeks in August. My pedicure place closed for 2 weeks in August. My poke bowl place closed for 2 weeks or a week. My local bar closes for a week. Everybody goes on these summer holidays collectively. Not everybody, obviously the supermarkets are still open and stuff like that, but in August, I think it's in France as well, people just have summer holidays. Like, for 1 or 2 or 3 weeks, they will get this annual leave to just enjoy summer and enjoy the summer holidays. And I'm kind of like, why isn't that mandatory everywhere? Because as an adult, depending on where you live, like, America doesn't really have that much paid annual leave. Ireland, we get Christmas, so most places will close unless you work in like retail or hospitality or stuff like that. Most places will close for about 2 weeks around Christmas time in Ireland. And it's just like, sometimes we need a bit of a break. We need a bit of a collective break. And why do holidays stop just because we're over 18? Like, why is it every year we're in school? Because when you're in school, you're essentially working a 9 to 5, just like learning, but it's Monday to Friday every single day, either 8 to 3 or 4 or 5 or 9 or whatever, but some chunk of hours every single day will be spent in school or college or studying. And then you will have the summer off. You will have, in Ireland, you have 2 months off if you're under 18 or under like 12 years old. And then when you get into secondary school, which is like from 12 years old to 18 years old, you will have 3 months off, June, July and August. 3 months. Quarter of the year you will have off to prioritize things that children prioritize. But I feel like as adults, that model should also be introduced, because you need time to reset. You need time to not be working all of the time or not be in this constant rat race of like the corporate capitalistic world we're living in. I'm so here. Like, I was thinking about the Italian holidays today because my friend rang me because he's Italian, he's on Italian holidays. And I was like, that must just be so nice. Like, they're a paid holiday and it's mandatory and you have to take it. And they're just on their holidays. They're just on their holidays. And it's not like booked annual leave for like a specific thing. Because you know yourself, if you take annual leave for someone's wedding or a family holiday or whatever, after the holiday you feel like a holiday because you feel like you've no downtime. And I think we just need to prioritize downtime a bit more. So I just think that's so amazing about Italy that they do that. And I know they maybe do it in France too, but let me know. I would love to know where you are in the world and what you're working. I feel like the Nordic countries have the work-life balance thing down. And I feel like me personally in my life, I'm a Taurus. I definitely prioritize the work-life balance of it all. But I feel like a lot of times people forget we only have one life, you know? And of course, in the economy that we're in, the world is messy right now. We need to earn money. Life is getting more expensive by the second. But it's like, where does it end? Like, where do the prices stop going up? Where does, like, how, you know, it's so icky to me. The whole idea of like, you work more and more and more and more, and people work all their lives and they say, you know, when I'm retired, I'm saving all this money for retirement and I'm going to do all these things. And it's like, will you be able to, at retirement age, do the things that you'd love to do when you're 21? Will you even want to do those things? Like, we're growing and evolving all the time. And I just think the world has it so wrong, especially the Western world. We have life so wrong in so many ways. And it's obviously been on my mind lately. I haven't verbalized that. I feel like I love doing, not that I love doing a solo episode on this podcast because I love Niamh and I love the banter and I love yapping. And the Pay Attention podcast is that, you know, it's me and Niamh having a conversation. But I think that's why I love chatting to a camera is because sometimes my subconscious thoughts just come to the forefront when I'm yapping. And yeah, I just think we need to prioritize rest more. And of course, I'm not telling you quit your full-time job and expect the money to fall from the sky that you need to fund your life. But I'm saying, like, when you have time to rest, don't try not to feel guilty for resting or try to like work on, because I feel like so many people, especially women, feel guilty for resting. They feel like they should always be doing something. They should always be going here, there and everywhere. They should always be getting something done. They should always be being productive. And it's like, sometimes you just need to rest. Like, sometimes you just need to hibernate. You do not need 700 plans. You do not need to get this, that and the other done. Like, sometimes you need to rest and that's all you need. Like, especially with our hormones and with our cycles, and like depending on which phase you are in your cycle, especially if you're in your luteal phase or your menstrual phase, like, you need to be prioritizing rest. And I just don't think we live in a world that understands that and that, you know, promotes that and that says that it's okay to do that. Like, I feel like this world that we're living in is just turning into more and more of a rat race of how much can I do and how much can I earn and how much can I be and who can I be. And it's not even who can I be for myself, it's who can I be so that people online think I'm someone, you know. But you mightn't even be being the person you want to be. You might be being the person you think you should be based on whoever else is being. But like, are they even being themselves, or are they being, wow, you know, it's a big thought today. But I do think prioritizing rest and not feeling guilty for resting, not feeling guilty for sitting down and watching your favorite podcast, or like, you don't have to be listening to this podcast while you're doing something else. You can literally sit down and enjoy this podcast. You don't have to be cleaning your room as well. You don't have to be getting admin done work, so you're not even focusing on the podcast or focusing on the admin. You don't, like, you can literally, you're allowed to take time for yourself, do a face mask, sit down on your couch, eat some yummy food, and zone out. And I think that's so important. Of course, I always turn on podcasts to help me clean, and it's great to do those things two at once. But I feel like our brains are like overwhelmed with content and short form video and long form video and productivity and ideas of what we should be doing. And then we're seeing everyone else's lives on social media, and we might have a lovely day, and then we go home at the end of the day and we look on social media and someone's having a better day, an objectively better day, and then we feel like shit about our own day, and it's just not good and not healthy. So I just want to put a message out there to all my girlies listening to this podcast. At some point over the next week, carve out an hour just to be, just to chill, just to relax, just to do something that you have been meaning to do, like paint or write in your journal or watch a video or do a hair mask, or whatever it is, like something that is completely 100% just for you, that is not like a productivity like to-do list, like checklist vibe. I think that's so important, honestly, and I would love if everyone could carve out that, because I feel the same for myself. Like since I've moved to Rome, I've been having a lot more of a busier life, and I love it, and I've made some amazing friends, and I'm in a relationship, and there's so much of me that I'm giving to other people now via relationships or social connections or friendships or whatever. But I'm very, very, very aware of like realizing like when I haven't taken time for myself to do nothing and just to relax and just to be. And once I realize that I haven't been doing that, I carve out time as soon as possible to do it. Does it mean maybe I'm less productive with work stuff or content or YouTube videos? And that's why I feel like my YouTube videos have taken a hit in 2024, because my life got really busy socially. I still needed my me time for myself, so I had to get that time from somewhere else. And just because you stop doing something doesn't mean you have to stop doing something forever, or doesn't mean that you can never do that thing again, or doesn't mean that you're less of a person. Like sometimes priorities change, people change, your plans for your day-to-day changes, but at the end of the day, you only have yourself. Do you know what I mean? Sorry for that motivational speech in the middle of what's supposed to be a podcast. We focus on pop culture here, but also we focus on just being like chatty and speaking what's on our minds. Like me and Neve don't script this podcast, so we just yap about what's going on in the world, what's going on in pop culture, and what's going on in our brains. And that's kind of what's going on in my brain today, is like, obviously maybe someone needs to hear this. Maybe someone feels like they've been in a rat race for too long. Also, I saw a really interesting tweet recently, and it really stuck with me. And it's such a random, like, simplistic tweet. And I am going to search for it in my screenshots right now. Honestly, my phone overwhelms me. Who has 63,690 photos on their phone? If you do also, same. And I have like 4 albums that I've organized, and then the rest is just like a mess of like screenshots and multiple photos, and like it's just wild. I'm gonna try and find the screenshot of the tweet, because I screenshot it and I posted it on my story. This is the tweet, and this is what is going to make you think today, right? We're in our motivational. I'm in my motivational era, girly, today. That's what you're getting. So the tweet is, my boyfriend and I tried shrooms for the first time the other day, and we decided to get in the shower during the onset. As soon as the water touched me, I immediately was like, no, I hate this. I'm getting out. But my boyfriend suggested I try stay longer because I might end up liking it. I asked him, why would I stay longer if I hate it right now? It felt like the most profound thing I've ever heard. LMAO. Anyway, today I told the organization I've been with and hated for 10 years that I'm leaving next month. Thank you, shrooms. And I think the whole idea of like, why would what did she say? Fuck, I ruined my flow. I think the whole idea of like, and I think the whole idea of why would I stay longer if I hate it right now can be applied to so many instances in life where you have been in a situation and it feels like you're flogging a dead horse, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a friendship, whether that's a job, whether that's a living situation. And you just feel like you've been staying longer, hoping that something will change, hoping that it will get better, hoping that you might end up liking it somehow. And it's just not working. And why aren't you walking away? Because obviously with some things in life, like for example, starting a gym routine, and you haven't maybe been working out consistently and you want to do it, you want to go to the gym, you want to whatever. Obviously, you're probably not going to like that lifestyle change, you know? It's probably going to be uncomfortable. And on the other side of uncomfortable things is growth. Or if you move to a new country and you move alone and you get there and it's uncomfortable and maybe you don't like it at the start, and you know it will take a few months to start liking it, and it's a total different change. You have to embrace the change. Those aren't the instances that this tweet is referring to. It's referring to something where you've been staying in it, you're doing it, you're not liking it, you know you're not going to like it, you know deep down you're not going to like it. There's no room for growth or change or anything like that. It's just a dead end. You're in a dead end job that you like, not a dead end job as in that you can't go anywhere, but you just don't enjoy it. You know you're never going to enjoy it. You haven't been enjoying it for the last 5 years. Nothing's going to change. You know nothing's going to change. You're in a relationship, you're not enjoying it. It's not the same as before. Nothing is changing. Nothing is working. You know it's not going to work. You know it's not going to change, but you're staying in it. You're in a friendship, the same thing. You've tried things. Every time you see this person, you feel drained. You know it's not going to change. Why stay any longer? Like, why not let today or this week be the time that you make a plan to change it? You know, you've been doing it on autopilot. Nothing is changing, and you know nothing is going to change. When you start a new lifestyle change, you know that it will work for you long term. You know that it's going to be difficult, you know it's going to be hard, but you know it's going to teach you something, or you're going to grow, or you're going to become healthier, or you're going to become a better person, or whatever. When you move to a new country, when you travel alone, it's going to be uncomfortable, but you know it's an adventure, and you know that you're going to figure out new things about yourself. But if you have been in the same job or same relationship or same friendship for 1 year, 5 years, 7 months, anything, and it is draining you consistently on a day-to-day basis, there's nothing that you can pull out that you like about this situation other than maybe the money, or maybe the comfort, or maybe the lack of like having to change your life and having to become uncomfortable and get a new job or find a new relationship or be single for a while, or you know, have the loneliness that this friend will leave even though you don't really get on with them anyway. That is what this tweet is referring to, and it's so important. And I was having a conversation yesterday in which the person said, like, unless you try something new and unless you take a leap of faith and unless you believe in yourself, nothing's going to happen. Like, no one is going, I've said this a million times, I feel like I've said this a million times in so many different instances, no one's going to arrive at your front door tomorrow, knock on the door and be like, hey, this is your perfect plan for how you're going to leave your job, and this is how it's going to go, and you're going to apply for 30 jobs, but the 31st job that you're going to apply to is going to be the perfect one, and then you're going to do this. And no one's going to arrive at your door in the morning with a roadmap to change, or a roadmap to leave a job, or a roadmap to leave a relationship or a friendship or a living situation. No one's going to arrive at your door, hold your hand and do it with you. The only person that's going to do that is like a version of yourself that you have to be to do that thing. Right? Okay. Are we listening? I don't know why I feel like we're at the part of summer. It's August. The leaves are changing. They're falling off the trees. The symbolism is everywhere. We're about to go into the autumn winter season of it all. We're in Leo season, right? It's fire time. It is time to get going. It's also Mercury retrograde. That's besides the point. The point is we're in this season of change. We're gonna transition from a fire sign, Leo, to an earth sign, Virgo, very soon. The fire sign time, Leo season, is the time to get going, to get moving, to think about where you want to go, where you want to be, and to put all the things in place to do that. And then Virgo season is going to come in and it's going to ground you in these changes of life. Because you deserve to have just the life that you want, just as much as the person who you're watching online who has the life you want has it. You know what I mean? Like, why not you? Why can't you do the thing? Why can't you be the person you want to be? Why can't you have the relationship you want to have? Why can't you live the life you want to live? Like, whoever told you that you can't do it for whatever reason, what if they were wrong? Like, what if they don't know everything? Like, what if you're believing something just because you thought you should believe it? Also, I just got a notification on the Chani app, which is the best astrology app in my opinion. And the sun is currently sextiling Jupiter, which means there's a party in the hive mind. Cross-pollinate and spread the honey around, which basically means that I'm doing exactly what I'm meant to be doing right now. Like, I am pollinating. I'm cross-pollinating with my party of ideas, of motivation today. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just hope that we can all be our own biggest fans this end of summer. You know, it's summertime, it's still August. The Italians are off, the French are off, they're having summer. You might be having a different summer to people around you. Maybe you're comparing your life. Maybe you're seeing loads of people on holidays and you're like, how are they affording that? I cannot afford it. I can't do that right now. But just because you're not having a summer where you're flying to the south of France, or you're, you know, jet setting across the world, or you're going on holidays with your best friends, like, just because you're not doing all those things doesn't mean this summer can't benefit you in a way. Like, doesn't mean you can't change the job that you've been absolutely hating, or your living situation that really isn't working for you, or your relationship that, let's be honest, is not going anywhere. Like, if you have any of those feelings, if anything I'm talking about has sparked something in you, I'm giving you the permission to explore the idea of change right now. You don't have to, you know, end this podcast and ring up your job and be like, I quit. You know, it doesn't have to be as dramatic as that, but you can explore the ideas that maybe there's another situation that is better, that is waiting for you, and why not you? So that's my little motivational speech. I really hope you enjoyed it. You know what? I haven't really been taking in any pop culture over the last week because I came home to Ireland for the first time. Sorry, let's talk about coming home to Ireland for the first time since January. I love it. I love Ireland. I love the part of the world that I'm from. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It is picturesque. I love it. But, oh my God, things have gotten so much more expensive. Like, I used to buy a can of Monster in one of my local stores. It was just under €2 before I left, and now it's €3. And also, Ireland has this new thing where they add tax onto cans and plastic bottles. It's basically in an effort to get people to recycle more. But so basically, say if this can is €2, they add another like 15-20 cent on, and all my Irish girlies listening now are going to be like, yes, we know, it's been happening. And then you have to go to a machine and return them to get your money back, which I like. You know, I like the idea. It's getting people to recycle. But you don't get your money back in money. You get your money back in vouchers of the store that you're returning to, which I don't like. Something doesn't sit right with me there. Also, something really embarrassing happened to me since coming home, and I need to talk about it. So basically, Zambrero is my favorite burrito place, okay? When I lived in Dublin, I was a Zambrero girl. When I lived in Sydney, I was a Zambrero girl. I was not a Guzman girl. I was not a Boojum girl. I was a Zambrero girl. I am a Zambrero girl through and through. It is my burrito place of choice. I'd say not even 3 months after I moved, I can't remember exactly when it was, Zambrero opened or announced that they were opening in my hometown. Of course, I got so excited about it because I had tweeted at them before being like, please open in Tralee. Either way. So I shared it on my story. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, when I go home, like there's going to be a burrito place. I'm so excited. Tell me why they shared my story of me like promoting them, of that they were opening, like yada, yada, yada. They respond and they're like, oh, like, thank you so much. Like, you let us know when you're home next. Okay. So I slide into their DMs on Friday because I was home, and I was like, hey, like, I don't know. How are you supposed to slide into Zambrero's DMs? Like, what am I supposed to say? I felt like, you know, that meme that's like, hey. So I slide into their DMs. I'm literally going to read it out to you right now. It's so embarrassing. Zambrero. So I slide into their DMs and I'm like, hey, just said I'd let you know I'm home on Friday. Oh, so I sent it on Wednesday of last week. I'm home on Friday. This is so cheesy, but whatever. I said, first stop, Zambrero Tralee. Because they said, let us know when you're back home. So I was just letting them know. Like, I wasn't going to be like, hey, can I have a free burrito? Or, you know, but I assumed, like, why would Zambrero want me to let them know unless they were maybe going to give me like a voucher for a free burrito, whatever. They left me on scene. They saw it on Thursday. They have not responded. And it's like, I wouldn't have messaged them if they hadn't told me to message them. But they told me to message them, so I messaged them, and now they've left me on scene. It's like, I don't expect free burritos. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm like, oh my God, like, they aren't, you know what I mean? Like, they told me to message them, and I messaged them, and now they've left me on scene. And I'm like, I'm going to get a Zambrero, and obviously I want to share it on my story, but now it's embarrassing because it's like, they've left me on scene. And it's so disappointing. I love Zambrero. Like, Zambrero, hi. Sponsor the podcast. Don't leave me on scene. I love you. I am. Do you know what? Maybe it's better because maybe I'll go to Zambrero, try a burrito, and like maybe it won't hit the same way that it used to hit before. Like, maybe Zambrero have changed. And maybe that's something I have to figure out for myself, you know? Maybe Zambrero, maybe I've been idolizing Zambrero, romanticizing them. And maybe they're not who I think they are. Can you tell I'm in a chaotic mood today? My man left this morning. I washed my hair, I did my makeup, I cut my hair. And now we're here recording this podcast solo. And I'm so excited to record it with Niamh. I think that's the episode. I really don't have much more to update you on as a solo girly. I feel like the last time I did a solo episode, it was very much so confidence vibes and telling you all to, you know, you've got one life, one opportunity to be everything you ever wanted. You can capture it, you can let it slip. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are ready, there's vomit on his sweater already, mom's spaghetti. You know what I mean? You don't know what I mean. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Who am I saying that to? Me. I'm going to see my man again. It's going to be fine. I just don't know exactly when. And that's the thing with long distance. Sometimes you don't know when exactly you're going to see the person again. But I am currently trying in my long distance situation, if anyone else is in long distance, to not let it go over 4 weeks without seeing one another. Whether that means I have to travel or he has to travel. To be honest, it's very easy. We're both like, he's in the UK, I'm in Rome / Ireland / wherever I am in the world. And he said to me the other day, he was like, because he obviously has a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday concrete, it's not remote, and he's also studying as well, so it's obviously a lot easier for me to travel and like go to the UK and spend time there or do that. And he was apologizing the other day because he was like, I know you're like pulling the load with regards to traveling and getting flights to see me, etc., etc. And number one, I was like, well, you can order me anytime you want, aka I'll take the flight, you can fund the flight, you know what I mean? But also, babe, you are dealing with a girl who loves catching a flight. Like, I have no issue catching so many flights, but it's just about the communication. Like, it's still, even though I love taking flights, it's still nice that he acknowledged the fact that, like, maybe I might have to catch more flights to come and see him as opposed to him come and see me. But also, it's just nice to be acknowledged, and it's just nice that he even acknowledged that. But also, it's just, we have this open, and I feel like in long distance relationships in the past, I didn't have this level of communication of like, okay, when are we going to see each other next? Okay, it's going to be 4 weeks, it's going to be 3 weeks, like we're going to do this, that. It's so when all my long distance girlies, you will get this. It is just so about the communication of it all, and about making effort and having phone calls when you can, or video calls, and keeping up to date, and like telling someone about the little things in your life, because you're not seeing them every day or every few days or every couple of days, you know what I mean? And at the moment, I have no plans of leaving Rome or Italy. Like I said, when I moved there, I want to do at least one of every season there. So spring, summer, autumn, winter. So I've done spring and summer. I'm about to do autumn and winter. And then I'm going to reevaluate, because it's not like I moved to Rome for the rest of my life. But then again, I've never moved anywhere with an idea of being there for the rest of my life. And that is so okay. You don't have to know how long you're going to stay somewhere. But yeah, I'm just trying to live life, breathe air, be honest, have fun, and enjoy life at the moment, whilst prioritizing myself and my mental health and my friendships and my relationships and growing as a person. There's a lot going on, but I hope you enjoyed this episode. Me and Niamh will be in person recording this week, and we will both be back next week with a fun-filled episode. I hope you got something from this, if anything. And I will see you soon. Hasta la vista. Ciao, bellas. Bye.